Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to find the surface area of objects in your own house. So yesterday we went over those formulas and you were supposed to find 3 objects in your house that were either a prism, a cylinder, a pyramid, or a cone. I showed you a couple objects. One of those objects was toilet paper, which today we're actually going to find the surface area of a roll of toilet paper. And I also have a box here that just came in the mail the other day, so we're going to use that to find another surface area. Some of you had some great objects that you picked. A couple of things I want to specify with those objects because you guys are going to do this task on your own tomorrow. You're going to take some of these objects and you're going to measure them and you're going to find their lateral area and their surface area as I'm going to do it today. That'll be kind of your quiz assessment for this unit. But a couple things to keep in mind is that we want to make sure we're using regular figures. So something like a Gatorade bottle or some sort of sports drink, we cannot use this because it's not technically a prism, cylinder, pyramid, or a cone, right? Because this part up until here, that's a cylinder, but then we get this dome shape. So it's no longer a cylinder here. So it's kind of like a semi-sphere on top. So this would not count. We want to make sure it's a regular one. And then here's a little, it's a fake succulent here. But this would not work even if I ignored the fact that there's a fake plant in there. This would not work because it's curved, and so it's kind of like a cylinder, but it curves, but it doesn't come to a point like a cone. So we actually need some calculus to figure out this one. So just make sure that whatever you pick is going to be a right cylinder, a right pyramid, things like that. So today I'm going to show you how we measure these. And then we're going to actually find their surface area. So I'm going to start with the toilet paper roll. And with my toilet paper roll, I'm going to start by measuring. So I have a tape measure here. If you do not have a tape measure or a ruler, I will show another video of how you can actually make one out of stuff you have at your house. So we're going to take our tape measure, and I'm going to go directly across. And I'm going to try it in 2 different places because I want to make sure I'm going right through the middle. If I were measuring right here, that's not accurate because I'm just taking, I'm not getting the full diameter radius. So that is 4.5. And so my diameter here, I'm going to write this down. So draw myself a little picture. And so here is my best interpretation of toilet paper. Beautiful, right? So I've just found that my diameter is 4.5. So diameter is going all the way across. There we go. And so I need to actually find my radius though, because my actual formula is lateral area is 2 pi r h. And my surface area is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So I have no diameter there. So I need to divide that in half. So my radius is 2.25. So there's my radius there. So anytime that you are finding a cylinder's surface area, you want to take the distance all the way across and then cut it in half. So next I need to find my height. And so the height, I'm going to turn on its side just so you guys can see it. And that is 4 inches. Exactly. Great. So that is 4 inches. So my height, 4 inches. And I do want to use units here. If you want to do centimeters, that's fine. I'm going to use inches today. And now we have everything we need because as you can see from our formula, the only variables we have are radius and height. So let's start with the lateral surface area or the lateral area. And you remember lateral area is going across. So think if I unrolled this toilet paper roll, if I took one piece, if I started here and unwrapped it, the length here is the circumference, right? If I were to unroll this, I showed yesterday that I have a rectangle. So if I unroll this, I get a rectangle. And so the length is the circumference. And then the height gives me the other side here. So that's why we have 2 pi r. 2 pi r is our circumference. And then we multiply it by its height. So 2 pi times 2.25 times our height, which is 4. So I'm going to plug this into my calculator. If you have the pi button, you should use the pi button, okay? So I'm going to do 2 pi times 2.25 . 4. So I get that the lateral area is 2 pi r. 2 pi times 2.25 times 4. So I'm going to plug this into my calculator. If you have the pi button, you should use the pi button, okay? So I'm going to do 2 pi times 2.25 times 4. So I get that the lateral area is 2 pi r. 2 pi times 2.25 times 4. So I get that the lateral area is 56.55 inches. And I want to make sure I say inches squared because area is in square units. Okay, so now I'm going to do my surface area. And that is 2 pi. I know my radius is 2.25. And my height is 4. Plus 2 pi times my radius squared. Well, I already know what that is because that's my lateral area. So 56.55 plus, and then I do 2 pi. Make sure you're only squaring the 2.25. Okay? And that is 31.8086. And I'm going to add that to the 56.54866. So I get that my surface area equals 88.36 inches squared. So when you are doing this on your own, you want to make sure you can identify the shape, which is a cylinder here. I want to make sure I can calculate or find my measurements, so my radius and my height. And then I want to make sure I can input it into the lateral area and the surface area equations. Okay, so next we're going to do this box. So I have this box here from, that just came in the mail. So when we have a pyramid, a prism. Again, I want to make sure I can identify it. We're working with a prism here. A prism, for our lateral area, it's P times H, and our surface area is PH plus 2B, where B is the area of the base. So I can use the formula. So I can break this down with the formula, or what I could do instead is I could find the area of each rectangle here. So it's your choice, whichever you want to do. But since we need the lateral area, you just pick your base. So I'm going to say that I'll put the label on the bottom. So I'm going to say the label, this is the base. These are my two bases here. And so my lateral area would be going around the box. So I'm going to measure this one right here. So to find my length here, it is 7.5. So I'll draw this. I'm not very good at this. My husband is very good at drawing the 3D shape. So going across here, this is 7.5. And then my height is, let's see, we have almost a square. Let me check this. Maybe we do have a square, guys. 7.5 and 7.5. Sweet. So the sides are squares, so that's good. So then this height is 7.5. So I need to find my lateral area first. So it's the perimeter of the base. So all of these are 7.5, 7.5, and 7.5. So my perimeter would be 7.5 times, well, there's going to be four sides of my base. If I had a pentagon, it would be 5. If I had a triangle, it would be 3. And then my height is also 7.5. So again, this is my length and this is my height. So my lateral area here is going to be 7.5 times 4 times 7.5. And so my lateral area is 225 inches squared. So that's talking about all of these side faces. So all of these on the side, these 4 sides. So now I'm going to do the top and bottom, the bases here. So I need to do PH, which I've already concluded is 225, plus 2, well, let's find the base. So if I measure across, it is 7.25. And then going the other direction, it is 7.5. So, which would make sense, right? So this Let me do a double checking in my measuring here. No, we're good. We're both 7.5. So these are all 7.5. So all of these are the same. So we in fact do have a cube. So my base here is 7.5 times 7.5 or 7.5 squared. So my surface area is 225 plus 2 times 7.5 times 7.5. And so I get a surface area of 337.5 inches squared. So since this was a cube, I could have found the one face, and then which was 7.5 times 7.5, and then multiplied it by 6 because there's 6 faces. So that's the other option. So like, let's see right here. I have a coaster. So let's say I wanted to find the surface area of this coaster. I could find the lateral area and then find my bases, or I could see, okay, what is the surface area of this side? What's the surface area of this side? Now I want to make sure I add all 6 sides together. So you can use the formula, or you can use the fact that you're really just finding, that's what surface area is. You're finding the area of each piece and then adding them all together. Okay? So that is the general gist of how to find the area of pieces around you. Again, make sure they're regular. So you're not going to find the surface area of your calculator or of a pen unless it's a right, which means the sides are going to be, actually let's read the actual definition. A prism constructed of lateral faces that are rectangles and lateral edges that is an altitude, right? So that means it has a right angle. So for your quiz that you're going to do tomorrow, you're going to pick 2 objects in your house. You cannot pick toilet paper. That is one you cannot do. So you cannot pick toilet paper. You're going to find 2 objects in your house. They have to be 2 different shapes. So if you pick a cylinder, your other object needs to be a cone or a pyramid or a prism. So you cannot have 2 prisms or 2 cones. So get creative. You can pick any regular object and you'll go through these same steps. Find your measurements, find your lateral area and your surface area, and then make sure you can identify what it is. So if you have any questions, as always, email me. Enjoy doing your Math Excel today. Have a great day, everyone.